Hello, my name's Claire, and I just thought I would share with you how I've gone about reupholstering my caravan cushions. It's a caravan, an older caravan that we got a couple of months ago, and we've decided we want to have a go at covering these lovely terracotta green and gold numbers with something that we would prefer to have in our caravan. I'm not a professional sewer or upholsterer. It has very much been a long learning curve, and to be honest with you, this is actually the last cushion that I have to make. So I've made the other ones, and I might share some photos or some videos of that another time. And I've also managed to do the curtains. Again, it's been a real learning curve, and maybe again another time I can share some of the tips and things that I learnt with those. So this, as I said, is our last cushion. You can see it's like a triangular low number, and goes along the front of the caravan underneath the window. The only prep that I've done for this actually is, I don't know if you can see, I've taken out the upholstery buttons that are held through with like a little tag at the back, and that's because I would take them out anyway if you're not going to use upholstery buttons, but also we are going to have a go at we are reupholstering it with buttons as well, and I'll show you that later on to how we go about it. Caravan cushions are not regular shapes. The cushions we have are relatively easy, but this one is the easiest of the three that goes along the front because both ends are the same size and same shape. But either way, what I have done first for each one is like draw a kind of template so that I know what size I have to make the cushion. Just getting myself in a bit of a muddle there with everything, getting caught up as always. So literally I stand the cushion onto a piece of paper and get a pencil and just kind of get a rough shape of the cushion, drawing around it. I'm not giving any extra space whilst I'm drawing around it. I'm literally just trying to get the shape of the cushion as it is. And then, as you can see on there, literally a scrawly triangle. And then I just use these little hem rulers that I have, which are quite handy. And then I draw little dots, just 2 centimetres from 0 to 2 all the way around that shape, so that now what I'm doing is drawing my seam allowance. So I'm allowing for 2 centimetres. To be fair, it doesn't always go according to plan for me, but it seems to do a trick. And then if you just kind of follow the shape of the whole triangle in this case, then what you will start to do is be able to get dots, as you can see, that are going to follow the exact shape of the piece that you have to cut out. And so what we have here is one that I made earlier for another cushion. I've labelled every single one, and so this is called a small end because on this cushion there's a bigger triangle that has to go on the other side, and you can see what I've got is a template of the shape that I drew around, and then 2 centimetres all the way around it, so that that's now my template to draw onto the fabric and cut out later when I get onto that. However, the first thing that I have been doing before I have been covering the cushions in fabric is I have been covering them in wadding. And this helps in lots of ways. It makes it more comfortable, and also it just makes the edges a lot smoother, I gather and understand. And the wadding that I have been using, they've all just fallen off the table there. The wadding I've been using is 6 ounce wadding. It's 20 millimetres thick. I got it from a local market because it was by far the cheapest place for me to get some. I managed to do that in between the lockdowns that we've had. And I've cut it just by measuring on the roll how much I need. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to wrap this wadding around the cushion so that the join is going to be at the back. And I found that helps in a number of ways. It means that if you do have any clumpiness and things, it's at the back of the cushion and you won't see it. But also what it does mean is that once you've covered this in wadding, it means you'll always know which end of the cushion is the front for you to be working on, because otherwise you can get a bit deceived by it. So I just thought I'd share that little tip with you. And then I just kind of fit it by sticking in some upholstery pins as I go along. And then what I'm going to do is tack this on. Some people have said that you don't need to tack the wadding on to fit over it before you sew, but I don't know how people can do that because the wadding just moves everywhere. So I'm just going to tack this and then I'll join you again in a minute.